Alrighty guys, PES 2020 and my club, let's talk about man marking and tide marking and the difference between them. Now obviously tide marking is an advanced instructions option. Man marking is within the game, you can do it. And there are differences between them. Obviously I'm going to show you the in-game language a little bit for it. With the man marking, if you come to this view and then select this, it tells you right here. Man marking, you just manually select a player and you man mark them, that individual particular player. You can select 3 players to man mark one guy, up to 3 players. But with the man marking, let's say I am man marking Aguero. When you come right here, if I am man marking Aguero with Zuma, if my opponent puts Aguero as a LMF and switched him with Sterling, then Zuma's gonna chase Aguero on the flank as a Aguero as a LMF. So you got to be careful. A lot of people use assistant code, change formations. You got to be careful with that. Usually, if my opponent plays a diamond formation, I definitely man mark that AMF, not tight mark, because this guy has to be locked down. Because AMF linking up with 2 strikers is going to be ping pong, give and go. If I stop that AMF linking up with the 2 strikers, then I have better chance of stopping these 1-2 passes. So this is about the man marking. With the tide marking, obviously that is an advanced instructions option. It tells you right here, certain player will be marked much tighter than usual. The marker switching depend on the position. Now remember, if I tide mark Aguero and he subs Aguero off for Gabriel Jesus, the tide mark will go off. So you have to do it again. Only, like, no matter where he's gonna put Aguero, he will get tide marks. You know, if he switches Aguero with Sterling, then most likely my wingers or my midfielders will focus on Aguero. The defender is not going to come all the way to do it. So that is a big difference between tide marking and man marking. With the man marking, if he switches the player, as I mentioned before, if you're man marking Aguero with your center back and Aguero goes to the flank, your center back is going to chase him. It's going to mess up your defensive shape. But with the tide marking, you don't have a particular player to man mark the opposition player. You do have a target to man mark who, but you're not going to select a particular player of yours for any position. That way, if an opponent changes formation or move player position, and it's not going to get messy that much. Usually, I tide mark my opponent most of the time, ideally the striker, if he's bothering me with this, you know, if his major guy, usually a lot of people use a false 9 as a striker to spread the ball. Just accordingly, I usually tide mark a striker. However, if my opponent's time wasting, what I do, I usually just go for man marking his fullbacks with my wingers, both sides. And I would tide mark his DMF or center back with my AMF. That works as well. Or, you know, it just depends on, because a lot of people do long ball. In real life, you want to cut the source. You want to cut the passer. But on my club, does not work like that consistently. If somebody's like doing a lot of... let's say if somebody has Tony Cruz, every time he gets a ball, just Tony Cruz and then long ball, then yeah, I'll probably tide mark Tony Cruz or man mark him with my DMF, depending on the formation that I'm using. So you're just gonna analyze the game and read your opponent and use it accordingly. So comment down below if you have a consistent setup that you're using, combining tide marking with man marking against which formation. How often do you use it? Comment down below. We all learn from each other. Usually I test things online, playing ranked matches against opponent before I make any tip videos. If you have any more questions, comment down below. You can tag me on Twitter as well, or on Facebook. And we have Discord as well. You can join up. We all talk about PES in there, sharing tips, sharing epic moments. Find the video useful, make sure to share it on the internet. It supports the channel a lot, guys. And make sure to share, like, and subscribe if you haven't. Be safe. Till next time. Ciao for now.